Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
The NBA on 2K Sports, presenting an exciting Monday night game. This is Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. Allie LaForce will be our reporter from the sideline. As always, things getting interesting in the West. A look at the standings. Taking a look at the Lakers. Right now, 6th in the conference. They want to keep improving.
I think for Los Angeles, it really hasn't been the dominant season they were hoping for, but they're still in the hunt for a high postseason seed.
From here on out, it's just about putting in the work, coming to every game ready to compete, and never giving less than your best.
And the Lakers starting five. Reeves and LeBron out on the perimeter. Vanderbilt, Ayton patrol the paint. And it's Doncic in at the 1 spot. And for the Bulls, Giddey is the 1 with White by his side at the 2. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Ben Simmons. And it's Dosunmu in at the 3 spot. Well, 2 of the best guards in the league going at it today, Grant. Is there a bit of bragging rights on the line?
You know, maybe not for the players themselves, BA, but the fans will absolutely use this game as evidence when they argue why their guy is the best.
Here's Giddey, following the three-pointer by Los Angeles. From deep, here's Simmons. And Reeves. Chicago has got 3 of 5 to fall from beyond the three-point line in the second. Giddey is the 1 with White by his side at the 2. Ayo Dosunmu out there with Ben Simmons. And it's Vucevic in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
The 3, James. No good on the shot. An opportunity now to retake the lead.
Showing off their intensity these last few minutes.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Arabia passes to James. And here's Reeves outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. James has got his 4th assist in this one. And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Dosunmu outside. And that's not going to go. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Lakers ahead. They're up by 3. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
With All-Star Weekend around the corner, let's see who's looking to bring down the rims at the dunk contest this year. Veering off topic a bit, I wanted to ask you guys, who would you say is the best trash talker of all time?
Man, there's been a lot of them, but I'll go with either Bird or Jordan, because trash talk is only good if you can back it up.
I really can't say because nobody talked trash to me. They were too afraid of the consequences.
Okay, now that's a lie, because I talk trash to you all the time, and I haven't seen any consequences.
Just wait till the next break, buddy boy. Been saving up.
And taking a look back now at the first half of play, the Lakers find themselves in a tight one.
We often talk about efficiency on offense. They were the winners in that department, guys.
I like how efficient you were with that analysis, Chet. Well done.
Yeah, instead of rambling on like usual.
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Boy, really an incredible game here from Luka Doncic.
Yeah, he's showing off how skilled he is at attacking the defense and converting at the line.
He knows that that's a strength for him. If they're going to keep fouling, he has no problem taking that.
Second half underway. Here's who J.J. Redick's got on the floor. Luka and Reeves are the 1 and the 2. LeBron plays the 3 with Vanderbilt at the 4. And for the Bulls, Giddey is the 1 with White by his side at the 2. Ben Simmons is out there with Nikola Vucevic. And it's Dosunmu in at the 3.
And this is a game they can build off of. They kept their focus all game long, and it will get marked as a win for the Lakers.
They really had things going. Their offense carried them tonight, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., tonight, simply they won the battle of the field goal percentage. I mean, it made all the difference.
And this will give them their 28th win of the year.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
We've come to expect big-time games from him. Just another day at the office for LeBron James.
Incredible game for him. He had endless energy. No doubt, best player on the floor tonight.
And Reeves has got the ball here for the Lakers. They've led by as many as 11. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
First personal foul. Team is in the penalty.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
A double-double machine who can also block shots. You won't find many centers with Ayton's size and talent.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's White, beyond the arc. Yes, sir, with the 3.
Turning up his intensity in the big moment. White gets them what they needed.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Fourth personal foul.
He gets the first, and that increases the lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
He knows how important it is converting at the line and building up this lead.
White, cash from downtown.
Yeah, something Giddey has always done well is share the ball. Tough to miss that wide-open man.
And Josh Giddey is going to pick up the foul. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he'll sit the rest of this one out.
Number 7, Taylor.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
Shooting for Los Angeles.
And the second of 2 is good. And that puts him up 5. Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
Yeah, it has to be fast. They got to take the first good look they get.
Jones fires. No good from 3. And that's an intentional foul.
Nikola Vucevic. Second personal foul. Shooting for Los Angeles.
So the first one drops, and that increases the lead to 6. And the second free throw, no good. Tough break there. Timeout called. The Bulls. They're behind by 6. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
The game's not quite done yet, but they need points right away.
We've seen teams come back from this before. Smart to take the timeout and get everybody focused on exactly what needs to be done.
Kobe White. Ooh, the 3 doesn't go. And an intentional foul right there.
Nikola Vucevic. Third personal foul.
Ooh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
2 shots.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both. So it's Los Angeles picking up the win. Just a gutsy performance. Thanks, Allie. Great interview.
shoot two.
At the line, 2 shots.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. So for the Knicks, OG Anunoby comes in for Clarkson, and Mikal Bridges subbed in for Landry Shamet. Corey Kispert's checked in for the Bulls. Mikhailuk comes in for Trey Jones. And the second of 2 is good. That narrows the gap to 1. The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting... to touch it, and everyone contributing.
Anunoby out there with Bergeron Yabusele. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Towns, and it's Bridges in at the 2-guard spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Just 4 to shoot. Connects with the J.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Now here's Brunson. It's good.
One of the best clutch players in the entire league. Step up, Mr. Jalen Brunson.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. And there's the call on Karl-Anthony Towns. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And he commits the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Boy, you love to see the calmness at the line. Didn't phase him at all. Big time spot, and he makes it easy.
It's
What a time to tie this game up, guys.
Incredible fortitude to bounce back like this. I think we're setting up for an awesome finish.
And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one.
Here we go.
Brunson with it. They've got Simmons. He's out there with Smith. Josh Giddey is out there with Corey Kispert. And it's Mikhailuk in at the 2. Now Yabusele. To take the lead. Sweet shot at the right time.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Giddey against Brunson. Here's Giddey. Can't get it to go.
Listen, that's a good shot for him. He just couldn't connect.
Now Yabusele. Brunson. He's off from 3. A minute into overtime and what has been a great game so far. And down goes the three.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Bridges, right side. Now Yabusele. Brunson outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Smith there for the rebound. The Bulls leading. Here's Giddey. With the shot, and he trains the J.
Just love the unselfishness there. Keep the ball moving. Good things happen.
Now Yabusele. Now Brunson. Nice. Brunson working inside.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Here's McKinley. Here's Simmons. Jacks up a 3. No good there. Now here's Bridges. Releases from 15. Simmons there for the rebound.
You know, he made an easy shot so much harder. It really cost him the bucket, guys.
We're in OT here with just over 2.5 minutes gone by. Giddey. Now Smith lets it fly from 18. Rebounded by Anunoby. Outside Brunson. Here's Bridges. And did the 3.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's McKinley. Lets loose a 3. 3. Good.
Oh, Kispert delivering big time for his team. He wanted that one badly.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Giddey up top. Simmons working it over. For 3. It's off target. Knicks trail by 4. Now Brunson shoots the 3. Smith there for the rebound.
Boy, when you're trying to make up ground, every shot counts. You have got to be selective.
Giddey. The 19-foot shot. That one goes. Count it.
For Kispert, these catch-and-shoot opportunities are so valuable. This is his wheelhouse.
Jalen Brunson. No good from 3.
And you get the sense that he's hit a wall here in OT. He just hasn't been much help to them at all offensively.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. And the Bulls will go for a different look here. Zach Collins checked in for Smith. Kevin Huerter comes in for Corey Kispert. Udi's checked in for Mikhailuk. And Trey Jones subbed in for Josh Giddey. Now here's Jones. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by Anunoby. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the Knicks. They trail by 6.
Boy, I don't love his shot selection tonight. He's got to work for better looks.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Say what you want about Ben Simmons and sometimes the challenges he has on the offensive end. He is a hard-playing defensive force who has windows of opportunity where he contributes offensively.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first overtime. in by Kispert. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Giddey. Now Herter. Now Giddey. Oh, what an assist, leading him to the bucket.
To me, it's the ability to facilitate that enhances Josh Giddey as a scorer. You've got to play him for both, and right now he's cooking the defense.
So the Bulls win it. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
You know, Kevin, momentum so critical, and you know they'll want to ride this wave.
Brunson against Jones. The free ball is down.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
And the Bulls shooting an even 50% since the fourth quarter got underway. We've got OG Anunoby. Jalen Brunson is out there with Landry Shamet. Then it's Jordan Clarkson. And it's Robinson in at the center position. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Brunson. Oh, the long ball, no good.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
It's money from deep.
And talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Brunson with it. Picked up by Collins. And Brunson, here we go.
Big-time hoop to put them in front. Now they've got to put everything into their defensive effort and get the stop.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. All right, what are the considerations at this late juncture?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
And we call those ATOs, or plays run after a timeout. They often make the difference in a game.
The Bulls making a switch here. Let's loose for three. Money from three.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
And for them to get out in front, it feels like they're going to need him to lead the way.
Nails it.
One of his specialties on display there, a nifty lead pass.
So it's the Bulls taking the W in a close one. And this win shows they have the momentum so far in this series. Up 2-0 now.
They just look so confident out there. They're playing selfless ball, and their chemistry has never looked better.
Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us during the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Clark Kellogg, this is Brian Anderson thanking you all for tuning in tonight. So long, everyone.
they've got Josh Giddey. Kispert is out there with Simmons. Then there's Patrick Williams. And it's Jones in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Chicago. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game and give the Bullets will head to the line for 2. And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. So for the Bulls, Jalen Smith, he's checked in. For Patrick Williams. Moody subbed in for Jones.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
And then foul, trying to extend that game.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Puts one up from 19. Rebounded by Towns.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't the shot they were looking for. You got to keep the ball moving in that situation.
So again.
Here's Brunson. He launches. Oh, he cannot hit.
That is not the shot they needed there. You got to work it around and get a better look. Yeah, that's got me a little confused. Why you would pick up a technical for your team there? Yeah, that's not very smart.
That's what they have to do. Take full advantage of any chance to cut into this deficit.
Knicks trail by 4. There's 57 seconds left in the 4th. Outside Yabusele. Oh, missed on the tray. And they go to the intentional foul. Moody with it. He's against Bridges. That's off.
And he's doing things on the glass tonight that we don't often see.
He is totally in the zone, showing his incredible...
Connects again from distance.
I mean, he is scorching hot right now. He could be on his way to setting a franchise postseason record with this shooting.
He's caught fire at the right time for this team. Stepped up big in the postseason for him. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Shot clock at 6. The three is in.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're down by 4. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
Yeah, it has to be fast. They got to take the first good look they get.
Brunson. Yes, sir. Brunson for 3.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
Good on the first, and that'll put them up 2. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a three-point game.
Couldn't have asked for anything better there. Only a three can tie it now.
So a close game sees Chicago taking this one. And with this win, they've piled on the pressure. They only need one more victory to...
The first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. The Bulls are staring right in the face of a Game 6 showdown. Do they have the fortitude to close out the series? Now is their time to try and avoid a Game 7 against the Knicks. Round 1 of the NBA playoffs continues.
It's been an absolute war out there. Neither side giving in. Both want to advance to the next round. It's the Eastern Conference Playoff Game 6, right here on 2K Sports. We'll watch the Chicago Bulls in this one as they go up against the New York Knicks. Here with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. And now the New York Knicks starters. OG Anunoby is out there with Yabusele. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Brunson in at the 1. And for the Bulls, they've got Moody. Kispert is out there with Williams. Then there's Zach Collins. And it's Giddey in at the point guard. You look at the Bulls. Up 3-2 at home. They couldn't have put themselves, Greg, in a better position against a very different... Collins is out there with Williams. Then it's Corey Kispert. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Moody in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Chicago. Fires the 3. Down it goes for 3.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Here's Giddey. Knocks down the 3.
Oh, Kispert delivering big time for his team. He wanted that one badly.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. From deep. No good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Now, here's Kispert. Guarded closer. Williams outside. Here's Giddey. Just 5 to shoot. And there's the 3.
You just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
And so it's Mike Brown here calling timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Mike Brown was saying to the team. He was encouraging his guys, telling them, quote, just continue to run through the plays. Explore the options. You're doing a great job. Now just focus on finishing this one.
All right, Allie, thanks. That's in there.
Oh, Oh, my goodness. There are just certain guys that are so dangerous off the catch. Kispert, one of those people.
Brunson against Giddey. Takes the three. Does not go.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
It's the first that increases their lead to 6. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
And they've got to be efficient with the clock. Quick score, quick foul.
It's in.
And with that basket right there, it brings an end to that 12-0 run by Chicago.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. 17 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
At the line for the Bulls, Trey Jones.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. He's able to hit the second one, and that puts them up by 5. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 5. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
No time to waste here. Quick bucket and a foul.
Everybody has got to be in the exact perfect position defensively, and execution has got to be on point.
Substitution for the Bulls, Jalen Smith, Corey Kispert, Josh Giddey.
Brunson against Giddey. Yabusele fires, and the 3 misses. Now Herter, the 3 goes down. And they do it. They'll move on to round 2. It took them 6 games to do it, Greg, but they finally asserted themselves and move on to round 2.
And I really think it benefits a team to have a competitive series in round 1. It gets those playoff juices kind of flowing, if you will. Prevents any kind of complacency from setting in.
Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us during this first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. So, for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, saying thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Chicago Bulls have shown an impressive array of abilities in round 2, taking the series in only 5 games. Tonight, we will find out if they can keep that momentum going against the Detroit Pistons. The Eastern Conference Finals, coming up next.
The field in the Eastern Conference is down to 2. And tonight, the battle to reach the NBA Finals begins. It's all here on 2K Sports. Joined by Grant Hill and Tim Legler, this is Brian Anderson. And we'll have Ali LaForce reporting for us. And the starting group for Chicago. Kispert is out there with Ben Simmons. Then it's Josh Giddey. Then there's Jalen Smith. And it's Moody in at the 2-guard spot. And for Detroit, Thompson and Harris make up the forwards. Cade Cunningham out there with Duncan Robinson. And it's Duren in at the 5. You look at the Pistons, they come into this series with their eyes set on reaching the NBA Finals.
No doubt they're heavy favorites to win the conference title, but nothing is certain at this stage, even with home court advantage. Nothing short of their best basketball is going to do it. Ooh, that's a tough break.
Coro on the wing from outside the arc, drops in the 3.
Love that look there, locating his teammate and creating an easy basket.
LeVert outside. Holland for 3. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And just nails the 3. Way to close the quarter.
And with the clock almost at zeros, great awareness on his part.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons, now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. Back after this. And welcome back to the Eastern Conference Finals presented by 2K Sports. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Detroit.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep. And they have been thus far.
And another thing they've done consistently well is attack the paint. They have stayed aggressive under the hoop and gotten high percentage looks.
We've got Tobias Harris. Karis LeVert is out there with Cunningham. Then there's Holland, and it's Reed in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons.
And they found a nice flow offensively here in the second period.
Harris left side. He can't get that one to fall. Ooh, great D that time from Simmons. Moody passes to Giddey. And here's Simmons for 3. And it's Harris with the rebound. Down low. And the Pistons pushing it up now. And Cade glides in for the transition finish.
And that was just moving the ball quickly. And he's rewarded at the end with a high percentage look.
And they are showing you why it's so important to get up the floor before the defense can set themselves.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. It's the Bulls. They're up by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Welcome, everybody, to our Game 1 coverage. It's a tight one indeed for the Chicago Bulls.
Well, they've been the more physical team, and we've seen that on the glass as well as all the other areas, guys.
Yeah, this team is built to rebound. We thought that might be an advantage coming in. Checking out how the Pistons are doing in this series. The conference finals. Big fella, do you expect these teams to pull out all the stops?
That would be correct, Armando Arnie. That's right. No minute restrictions. Let the stars shine tonight.
You have to leave it all out there. Even if you're banged up, find a way to get it done.
The competition level on the rise. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And time for us to get back into it here in Game 1. One guy who's been getting it done is Josh Giddey.
He's been a real difference maker today in terms of reeling in offensive boards.
Well, it's demoralizing for the opponent. Those second chance opportunities really energize your team.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out. Chicago has gone 4 of 9 from three-point range in the fourth. On the court for Chicago, Josh Giddey out there with Moody. Then it's Ben Simmons. Then there's Jalen Smith. And it's Kispert in at the small forward position. Cunningham against Giddey. Ooh, Cunningham making moves inside.
He has got ice in his veins. Cunningham once again being counted on in the clutch.
Kispert outside. Giddey outside. From deep. Cunningham there for the rebound.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
Harris. Oh, a perfect jumper.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
What a huge shot at this point in the game.
Buries it from outside.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
They have found a weakness in the defense, and it's on their ability to defend the three-point line.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. All right, thoughts on what Coach is going to do here?
A chance to tie it up here.
Well, there's no room for error here. They need to draw up something that they can execute quickly.
For Chicago, Collins, he's checked in for Smith. Herder comes in for Moody. And it's Trey Jones in for Giddey. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a three-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Making it a two-possession game is critical right here. Nice work coming through and doing exactly that.
Detroit calls timeout. They trail by 4. Turning here to our analyst. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
You have to be smart here. If they're successful, the foul has got to happen quickly.
Here's Cunningham. Rebounded by Smith. And now they foul and stop the clock. Oh, the first of 2, no good. A heartbreaker. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that puts him up 5. 15 seconds left in the final quarter. Robinson outside. He's off from 3. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he'll sit the rest of this one out.
He can't be happy with fouling out, but the game seems out of reach anyways. Yeah, too bad he fouled out. But this team does have some depth at his position.
Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game. And so Chicago takes the win, and it always takes a lot of pressure off a team when they get the win in Game 1.
It's the most important game of the series. They've shown they know how to beat this team. The formula's in place. Now they just have to stick with it for the next few games.
And so this one is in the books. We hope you've enjoyed being with us for the Eastern Conference Finals. For reporter Allie LaForce and for Tim Legler and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Game 5 in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Bulls have a lofty series lead with 3 wins. Will overconfidence be their undoing, or will their passion and determination help them prevail against the Pistons? The Eastern Conference Finals continue.
It's Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals with the series at 3-1, and a spot in the finals could be had tonight. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to NBA playoff action here on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan with me tonight. Stan Van Gundy. To take a look at the Pistons. Well, this series, Greg, has not played out the way they'd hoped. They'll need to win tonight and... Bryce Moore.
Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Bulls are staring right in the face of a Game 6 showdown. Do they have the fortitude to close out the series? Now is their time to try and avoid a Game 7 against the Detroit Pistons. The Eastern Conference Finals continue.
The end of these Eastern Conference Finals is in sight for both teams, but only one of them is poised to win it all tonight in Game 6. Brian Anderson here alongside Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson with Allie LaForce joining us from the floor. A look at the Pistons starting group. Harris and Duran together in the middle. Duncan Robinson is out there with Cunningham. And it's Thompson in at the 3 spot. And for the Bulls, they've got Josh Giddey. Ben Simmons is out there with Walker Kessler. Then it's Moody. And it's Kispert in at the 3. Small forward. Taking a look at Chicago, they've got themselves right where they want to be. A chance to win the conference title on their home court.
And if you gave them this option heading into the round, they'd have taken it in a heartbeat.
We've got Walker Kessler. Trey Jones is out there with Moses Moody. Then it's Ben Simmons, and it's Kispert in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. Some changes for Chicago. Smith, he's checked in for Kessler, and Herter's subbed in for Jones. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Billy Donovan was saying to the team. He actually challenged his players. He said, quote, "We are in this one. We can see the finish line. How will we react?" I'm curious to see who steps up and takes it to the next level. Big challenge from coach.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Robinson with a double. Here's Herter. Puts up the tray. Smith using the glass to lay it in.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
This is what you expect from him, just coming alive and dominating in effortless fashion here in the court.
And you can tell Cunningham is a very determined player, refusing to give up in this situation.
Karis LeVert's checked in for Detroit.
At the line for 2, Moses Moody.
He drops the first one, and that puts him up 5. And so both free throws good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Taking full advantage of his opportunities at the line to extend their lead.
Harris. It falls!
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he'll sit the rest of this one out.
Yeah, too bad he fouled out. But this team does have some depth at his position.
He gets the first, and that puts him up 5. And so he drops them both, and it's a 6-point ball game. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
The game's not quite done yet, but they need points right away.
We've seen teams come back from this before. Smart to take the timeout and get everybody focused on exactly what needs to be done.
Robinson outside, fires the 3. Duran. It's good.
Just owning the offensive glass right now. Just refusing to let up.
And you can't teach effort. You can encourage it, but this is why you covet guys who are so self-motivated.
At the line for the Bulls,
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go. And he ends up making the second. And that puts him up 5. Detroit calls timeout. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
They're going to have to work fast coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, no time to waste. They basically have to execute things perfectly from here on out.
Robinson in the post, working on Jones. It's good from beyond the arc.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, you can't allow them to dribble out the time.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
We call that putting the game on ice. This one, oh yeah, that's over.
From deep. And so the Chicago Bulls win the series and will move on.
And they punched their ticket to the NBA Finals. Enjoyed this moment, but the job is not done. But they'll take it tonight, and they should celebrate.
No question. A lot to be proud of. They battled all postseason long.
And to be one of the last 2 teams left standing, quite an accomplishment and quite an opportunity. Credit to this entire organization. All the planning and hard work and sheer will. It is not easy to get to this point.
No doubt they have earned it. Congratulations to our Eastern Conference champions. And so this one is in the books. We hope you've
Game 6 of the NBA Finals. The Bulls have had a long, long journey and are on the cusp of achieving their dreams. With everything on the line, they could be crowned champions with one more victory. Only one obstacle remains as they go up against the Timberwolves. This is the NBA playoffs, and it's up next.
The championship could be claimed right here. Folks, it is electric in the arena for this Game 6 of the NBA Finals. So glad you could join us for it. I'm Kevin Harlan, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg taking a look at Minnesota. Well, they have a tough road to the title now, needing a win on the road in this Game 6 just to keep the series alive.
And one thing we know in the NBA Finals, anything can happen. If they play smart, stay composed, they can force a 7th game. It won't be easy in this hostile environment.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo. field is good, and that puts them up by 5. Mike Conley's checked in for the Timberwolves. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, under the forward, it'll be McDaniels and Randall. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Conley. The edge Berger in at the center position. Randall down low, guarded by Simmons. It drops!
Calm when it counts. Randall has that flex DNA.
Basket here in this game may be all over.
Yeah, but the main priority, Kevin, has to be taking care of the basketball and using the clock. Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Beyond the arc, buries the deep ball. It's Randall. Outside Conley.
Mike Conley, 3 points.
Puts it up. Oh, and it's over. The Chicago Bulls are the new NBA champions. All the travel, all the practices, all the meetings, all the games, wins and losses, the emotion, the exhaustion, culminating into tonight.
And whenever you win the NBA championship, there's a level of accomplishment and excitement that really can't be matched. But pretty amazing to have accomplished this goal.
The celebration is here, and this place is going crazy. The bench loves it. The fans obviously overjoyed. This is one of those moments these players will never forget. And we've enjoyed bringing you every minute of the action here on 2K Sports. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next season.
Standing 6'5", number 15, Austin Reeves.
Season's greetings and Merry Christmas to everyone joining us here at 2K Sports. It's time for a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day. And tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls going up against the Detroit Pistons. I'm Brian Anderson, courtside, along with Grant Hill and Tim Legler. Allie LaForce will be joining us in just a moment. Taking a look at some numbers here for Kevin Porter.
And he's had a rough past 5 games. He's had trouble finding his offensive rhythm and just hasn't been as effective as he'd like to be on that end. But this is something all players go through, and I'm sure he'll fight his way back.
A look at the Pistons starting group. Cunningham deciding where to go with it. Oh, using his size. Look at Cunningham.
Now that's one to remember. What an impact on the game.
What a big-time shot. Those are the moments you dream about as a kid.
From downtown. Can't get the three. And Jalen Smith gets a whistle that time. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he'll sit the rest of this one out.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock. With the depth they have at that spot, they're more equipped than most teams to handle that kind of loss.
And he's able to hit the second one, and that'll put him up 2. And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. What do you think Coach will be drawing up here?
A chance to tie it up here.
Well, there's no room for error here. They need to draw up something that they can execute quickly. Very difficult to stop team play when the ball's moving. Excellent find with the pass to create that scoring opportunity.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. All right, guys, how do you see him managing the next possession?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
I am really curious to see what he's got in store here.
Outside Harris. Curran. Oh, the shot is good! Oh, it looks like this one might get reviewed. Very.
The previous play is under review.
The replay. So the basket may count after all. We'll see. No guarantee this outcome is going to remain the same.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And the final ruling has been made. The original call was correct. And this contest is over. The basket will not count.
Well, they had to make sure they got the call right in this situation. And boy, he was just a fraction of a second late. So close.
So it's the Bulls taking the W in a close one. It was touch and go there for a
They've got Simmons. Josh Giddey is out there with Austin Reed. Then it's Rui Hachimura. And it's Kispert in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Now here's Simmons. Just 5 on the clock. Now Hachimura. And he sinks the fadeaway jam.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
Here's Reed. Tosses it up. Oh, the jumper goes.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
And it's Giddey with the ball for the Chicago Bulls. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 7-point lead. New York calls timeout. 16 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
And a little late to implement a plan B. This game is a wrap.
Well, I think he might just want to remind these guys, hey, let's finish the game the right way.
Outside, Anunoby. Off target from outside. The Chicago Bulls will move on.
And this is an incredible accomplishment. You think about all of the preparation that went into this. It starts in the offseason. They carry it through to this moment right here, and it is beautiful to watch.
And, of course, the story continues as they now move on to the NBA Finals, representing the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, tonight they'll celebrate, but tomorrow it'll be all business, starting from square one with their game planning and identifying the matchups they think they can exploit.
They're just 4 wins away from hoisting the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Can they complete their mission? We can't wait to see. And so this one is in the books. We hope you've enjoyed being with us for the Eastern Conference Finals. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and the rest of our terrific 2K crew, this is Kevin Harlan. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast. We'll see you next time.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals. The Chicago Bulls proved they had what it takes to be conference champions, winning in 6 games. Now, only one obstacle stands between them and the Larry O'Brien Trophy. It all starts now as they battle against the Timberwolves. The pinnacle of the postseason, the NBA Finals, is here.
We've been building to this all season, the NBA Finals. Welcome and thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports. And tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves here at Target Center. Alongside Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joined. You look at the Bulls, this is the dream that this team and their players had at the start of the season. Now these teams get to live it.
Well, the pressure and stakes are at their greatest. Every decision and miscue is going to be analyzed and overanalyzed.